like hundreds of millions of dollars, right?
Yeah, there was some once the pandemic changed it because they can't have fights in arenas, so that was part of the deal, I think.
Yeah,
Just for now.
there was a little bit of a dispute, but didn't he just fight on DAZN? I think his last fight was on DAZN. He's awesome though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, he KO'd that guy on DAZN. That guy's he's phenomenal. I mean, it's not making him a better fighter, but I think.
I mean, just watching his videos.
Yeah.
Like, if just his head movement.
Incredible.
Unreal.
Canelo Alvarez DAZN agreed to a minimum $365 million contract for 5 years. Woo!
11 fights.
Whee!
Holy shit.
$365 million. That's a hell of a payday.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Damn.
Minimum. Yeah. Depending upon.
Man, I got into the wrong shit.
Nah, but you didn't though, dude. Look at you. You're here.
I mean, coming from
your
weightlifting.
brain works.
Yeah, coming from weightlifting, getting into CrossFit, I count my blessings every day. Of like.
Is there a lot of loot in CrossFit?
For most, no. I mean, like
the money and the victory, is it in the prize money or is it in sponsorships?
Sponsorships. I mean, every contract's different how you set it up. So I mean, you can set them up well if you got a good manager or agent. I mean, the biggest competition we have every year is 300,000, and there's only one winner.
And
like,
what does everybody else get? Nothing?
I think it goes like 300,000. I think this last year went to second place was 105,000. So like 300 grand's nothing to scoff at as an annual salary. But when you're rolling the dice,
right,
training all year out of maybe, it can get rough, especially if like you twist your ankle on day one and you have to pull out.
Yeah.
But I mean, coming from weightlifting where there's zero money, coming into CrossFit, like I remember my first couple contracts, they were like $1,000 a year, $2,000 a year type of thing. I'm laughing all the way to the bank because I'm like, holy shit, you're gonna give me $1,000 and free protein? I'm in.
Well, that's why it was funny for you to just enter into these competitions, just to pick up a couple $100 here.
Yeah. First competition was like $500. I think the next one was like $1,000, and then it's like $2,000, $4,000, $10,000, and it's like.
Next thing you know, you're the
like
world champion.
I didn't have a bank account. I would have to sign the check over to my mom, and she would go cash it. And I mean, like shit like that.
That's wild.
Like I'm driving around New England, and like this 1988 Oldsmobile, like this car I bought for $300. Like it is a hoopty, and I'm just like, I'm loving life. Like I was a full-time college student. Just like I looked at this as like a side hustle.
Isn't it funny when you look back on those days? Like not a care in the world, just struggling.
Yeah.
It's the most romantic
like,
times.
Just eating ramen noodles. Like, you know, like after workout, it's like, oh, man, I'm real hungry. Like I remember going, like if I had like a group project or something I had to work on after training, I would stop at this gas station on the way back. I would get a pepperoni stick and a gallon of whole chocolate milk and just like go to the library, meet up with whoever I need to meet up with. And it's like pepperoni stick to make me feel like I was chewing on something. Like the gallon of milk had like 1,600 calories, and just scarf that down and like, all right, cool. $3, $3 dinner.
Wow.
You know, looking back at moments like that, it's like, all right, those are the times I want to remember. Like when you're struggling, like I was living in my parents' basement, just, I didn't give a fuck. It was awesome.
But you got through it and became successful. That's why those moments are cool. If you're 40 and that's what you're doing, those right?
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
It's only fun when you're on the launching pad. When you look back and you think about struggling and how you got by when you're young.
Yeah, I mean, like I have those fond memories with weightlifting too. And like I was never successful. Like I won like junior nationals and shit like that, but like I never made a world team or like the senior world team or had any records or anything. But I mean, like, yeah, you know, working out in the dingy basement, you know, you making this weight set just work because it's what you have. You know, it's not, there's no other option. So it's like, there's no like, oh, I wish I could have this better. It's like, no, that's what you got. Either you work with it or you don't. Yeah. I mean, those times they're fucking awesome.
They're fucking awesome because you became super successful.
Yeah.
That's
and
why
I'm excited for like finding that again.
Yeah. What do you think you're going to do? You're so young, you're 31 years of age. You can still do things athletically. You can still do career-wise. You can pick you can choose.
I'm excited. You know, like there's a couple projects in the works of like, as soon as I announced my retirement, a lot of it was because I was like, all right, I've put so much of my life on